everybody. Welcome to
Hello, everybody.
Rant on 44.
Hello.
So, three of us tonight.
The best
It's a
of
small.
us.
I feel like that's the least amount of people we've had in a really long time.
It is true. We're running lean and mean tonight. Todd, our lovely producer, is off doing some stuff. Michael's dead. Kevin's dead. R.I.P. Thoughts and prayers. They'll be back eventually, hopefully. We didn't really have much going on until DC decided to just start throwing a whole bunch of footage down.
Dumping trailers.
Do we want to start with the Justice League recut that's happening? Since that was kind of the top news.
So, I have HBO Max. Unfortunately, but now I'm saying yes. Okay, so at first I was going to say unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
I forgot to cancel.
I forgot to cancel. Well, I didn't bother canceling because I know I'm going to watch eventually. But first off, I'm a huge DC fan. I've never cared enough for Marvel. I just wish that DC had a universe as strong as Marvel's universe is.
A cinematic universe.
Cinematic, right. Their animated universe is bar none the best.
It's better than the Marvel animated universe.
I would 100% agree to that.
And I think, and this is where I think most people would, but where the decisive factor comes in is that I truly do think that the comic book world of DC is better than Marvel. And I could see both sides of that. But for me personally, with Swamp Thing and Batman and the Justice League Dark stuff, that is where I'm more DC than I am Marvel.
So just so your guys, just full disclaimer, I am streaming all of this footage that we're talking about tonight. Spoilers abound if you don't want to actually partake in all of that.
Spoilers abound when we get shut down by DC.
Well, no, because
by WB.
There's no audio being piped through, so I'd be very surprised if they actually try to shut us down.
Oh, they'll find a way. They'll find a way.
So right now, I'm actually streaming the Justice League Snyder Cut. This Snyder Cut has been demanded for years and years.
It's only been out for 2. So the instant it came out.
Yeah, but basically they were just like, Joss Whedon butchered this to hell.
Well, Joss Whedon he's a great director, but he's very much in line with a Marvel line of thinking, which is let's go ahead and sugar dust everything. Let's make it all hugs and kisses with very little actual real grit.
Right.
And while I feel like the Justice League and DC went really, really dark very, very quickly with the start of Superman, continuing with the epic Batman versus Superman fight. I do have issues with the way it was cut in storyline, just because they packed in several different storylines together just to make this movie.
It was a rough movie. I don't know, it wasn't. It was just very poorly cut together in general.
I think it was just poorly written because they tried to, like I said, they tried to do too many different arcs at the same time. And you really can't do that in a movie because there has to be a lot of knowledge of what's going on for you to start these different arcs. And they didn't even start it from the beginning. They kind of went, I want to take the Batman, origin, obviously this is not an origin story. We're going to just go ahead and say that Batman's been operating for several years. We're going to do a teaser to tell you how long he's been doing this by showing you Jason Todd's Death Robin costume. But for the eagle eye viewers, if you really pay attention to this movie, you can see the fact that Batman's grappler is super used and very beaten and worn. They added all these little things, which is, I love the Easter eggs, but obviously, unless you know what you're looking for, this crap won't be seen by most people, and that's the problem. You got to remember, movies are for everybody.
So I won't even call this a movie at this point. Did you hear what they're doing with this?
Which one?
This cut that they're doing.
The Snyder Cut? No, I have
not.
So
it's 4 hours long.
Yes!
And they're going to be releasing it in installments.
That's good. Okay, so the thing is, though, I'm okay with this because I think that Batman versus Robin should have been at least a 2-part movie, if not 3 parts. Not versus Robin.
Batman
Sorry,
Batman versus Superman.
Batman
Yeah.
versus Superman.
He wants
When
the
are we gonna
nipples.
get Batman versus Robin? I'll take that.
We get the nipples again for 2 fucking movies.
No. Batman versus Robin is actually a cinematic DC cinematic or animated universe movie, and it actually centers around the Court of Owls, which we will talk about later. But so but Batman versus Superman should have been a 2-part, or even a 3-part, in my opinion. This could be a 3 or 4-part movie because, again, there was a lot missing. There was a lot of inference that if you didn't know about the DC universe, you would have gotten. There was too much going on here.
It was scheduled to be 2 parts, but then
Right.
Unfortunately, this one didn't perform that well, and they axed plans for the second one. We're like, oh, Wonder Woman did really good, so let's give that a sequel first. Aquaman did really good, let's give that a sequel.
Right? Did Aquaman do really good?
Aquaman did very well.
It did.
I liked it, but I felt like I was like the only one that did like it.
No, I liked it.
I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot too. Jason Momoa's great.
Only thing I did not like about that was Amber Heard, but that's a different thing.
On a personal level, yes, I agree.
But no, on an acting level in general.
Oh, okay.
Personal acting. She's giving him fuck me eyes the entire movie.
What was that? I feel like I brought this up before. What was that? They did a shitty remake of a sci-fi movie from like the 70s, and they re-released it like in like 2006, 2005, 2007-ish. It had
RoboCop?
that look, huh?
RoboCop?
No, it was like
RoboCop.
we actually did an event for it with Geoff's job at Alamo Drafthouse.
Oh.
Can't think of the name of the movie. Anyway,
Clash of Titans?
Clash of the Titans. It had that weird shimmery look to it, and it looked like Zack Snyder. It looked like something that would come out of Sucker Punch or movie like that. And at times I was like, oh, why does he do this? Or why are they doing this? But I was able to get over it because I thought the movie was as good as it was.
Actually, funny story about that. I went and saw that Christmas Eve.
Aquaman? Okay.
In the theater that we went to, no, New Year's Eve. It was New Year's Eve. I apologize. The theater that we went to, they started playing it, but the projector wasn't lit. So we were getting sound for about 15 to 20 minutes of sound, but like no one was like, oh shit, we need to like have picture. So I missed like the first 10 or 15 minutes of that movie because they just restarted it from the point where it had cut off. Yeah. I mean, I got the gist of it. It was, I understood what was going on. The gist.
Do movie theaters have like projectionists, like people who run it and monitor, but monitor it?
They're supposed to.
Okay.
Now, whether or not they're like too busy in the middle of taking a nap.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like in this day and age, a lot of these things are just automatic.
Yeah.
So, and it's running off of a server at this point. So literally just, you have a flash drive plugged in with the movie on it.
I know
just start.
I know that the theme of this episode is DC, so I don't want to deviate too much from that. But I remember Alyssa and I went to a like late night thing at Alamo Drafthouse for a horror movie called The Beyond. A really, B horror movie, so good. But it was a 35 millimeter print of it, and it was split between 2 reels, and it took them 25 minutes to figure out how to re-reel it so that we could watch the second half of the movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because you could hear them arguing from the back.
Yeah. Because a lot of people aren't trained now in terms of how to run film. So, when Quentin Tarantino did his like 75 millimeter cuts of The Hateful Eight, you had people who had never touched a 75 millimeter projector before in their lives, and this is people who are seasoned like film projectionists trying to run these things, and that was just, I was like, that's going to be a disaster. Yeah, so like this is going to be really interesting. It is an HBO Max exclusive for Justice League: The Snyder Cut. It's supposed to be coming out sometime next year. Don't know when. It actually, they have if I'm not mistaken, he said he used it from the 90% of the movie was shot. So there's about 10% where they might have a few reshoots to actually make this happen, which is the crazy part. There's never been a project like this where they've gone back and like added extra footage after the fact.
Did they not do that with the Donner cut for Superman 2?
No. So the Donner cut was actually his version of the film using existing footage.
Okay. I for some reason thought I remember them talking about filming.
Right. So there's footage in here that we've never seen. There's obviously the big one is Darkseid. Like Darkseid is supposed to be in this movie, which will be pretty cool. It also is supposed to have a bigger emphasis on Victor Stone because apparently he had a much bigger role in this movie than he did in the other one.
Right. Not only that, but he's actually like you don't know anything about Cyborg outside of the fact that he was on a slate half taken apart.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and that Victor Stone is actually a phenomenal character, and his start and his origin, if you will, is actually like very integral to the start of Justice League as well.
So,
and
I got a lot of my knowledge of Cyborg from Teen Titans Go originally, and because I never appreciated him, and then that stupid little cartoon made me get all into Cyborg's origin and story.
Not even the original like Teen Titans, but Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go, yeah, it was the.
Oh God, you're killing me.
Bro.
Teen Titans Go is hilarious. Man.
No, it's not. It's such a shitty little kids show.
This is a situation, Gil. I know you're listening, man. I know you're here because we see you typing. Give me your support on this one, man.
I don't think Gil can. I don't think he can in good conscience. But so if you really want to see like a more like Victor Stone Justice League movie before this, I highly recommend you watching DC animated movie called Doom. From is it Doom or is it War? No, it's War. So Justice League War is the beginning of Justice League before they even finished. You have because I'm surprised I didn't see Shazam in this cut because Shazam is also another big name into the Justice League.
I have Teen Titans Go streaming right now. Oh my God,
it's so much fun, dude. Take off your I'm an adult hat for a second here.
Listen, Teen Titans, the original show, had so much depth.
It's also good. It's very beautiful. Good. It's very good.
And then I watched so the first time I saw this was I was sitting in a doctor's office. They had it playing, and I was just like, "What is this garbage?" It's just straight. Like they brought back the original voice actors, and I'm guaranteeing the voice actors like, well, I mean, we kind of need the work. Like,
but why does it always have to be so serious?
It doesn't.
That's not what they were going
that's
for
the
with
thing.
This.
The original Teen Titans wasn't serious 100% of the time. It found a nice balance.
Agreed.
This is just straight up like if little kids were like, "This is what I want the Teen Titans to do."
That big, he looks like a penis.
This is meant to exist in the world with regular show and Adventure Time and Flapjack and all that. But there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, there is. Those other shows are terrible. They should not exist.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to move on.
For you doesn't mean they shouldn't exist.
Okay, I'm going to move on to a parallel story, which is it's fine. Which is the Flash movie that's coming out.
Yeah, the best announcement in the entire world. Batflick is back, baby.
And Michael Keaton is back too.
What?
Yeah, that was the
holy shit! You didn't get that?
Awesome part.
No, what? Wait, what?
Okay,
yeah.
So first off, this is just as heavily rumored as it was. This is going to be Flashpoint. Yes, they're going to be doing the Flashpoint story arc. So Barry Allen is going to try to travel back in time to save his mother from being murdered. Spoilers.
If you don't, that is the most basic
only
introduction.
Like 20 years old. How dare you?
Like if you don't know the Flashpoint story arc at this point, I mean it's already been done on the Flash TV show, so I feel like it's safe.
It's been done on the Flash TV show 1, Flash TV show 2, on every single iteration of the Flash animated series versions. There was a fucking DC animated movie about it, which I absolutely love, by the way, because Thomas Wayne. Wait, is he going to be Thomas Wayne?
We don't know yet. What? So Ben Affleck is going to be reprising his role as Batman. Michael Keaton is in talks to reprise his role as Batman. But this is the this is how they're trying to justify movies like the Robert Pattinson Batman and etc. This is going to create the cinematic multiverse, is what they're saying. So that's why it makes perfect sense. And it actually gives them kind of an advantage over Marvel in that regard, because that means they can just do like the Joker, for instance, like one-off movies that aren't necessarily like all tied together as neatly as possible, which is the whole Marvel way. It allows them to kind of go off the walls and, have fucking Michael Keaton come back. Now, I will still say, and I will still defend this, I want fucking Michael Keaton to come back as old man Bruce Wayne for a Batman Beyond movie.
For a Batman Beyond story.
Yeah. Because that has to happen at some point.
I got DC Universe for I think a month for free or something like that. I got a free trial for it.
How was that?
How
was that?
It's a good platform. It's not a sustainable platform. It would have been a sustainable platform if they would have, kept Doom Patrol on there exclusively, and if they Swamp Thing is one of my favorite DC properties. It had an amazing season 1, and they just were like, "Fuck it, nobody's watching it," and it's like,
well, so correct me if I'm wrong, but that's actually now going to the CW,
and it is, and that's that to me though, like. Okay, so
can you watch Swamp Thing on HBO Max now, or is it just like?
Oh, I don't have HBO Max, so I don't know. But it was good. Doom Patrol had the Constantine show, which I thought was pretty good. That also got canceled. But the other thing is you can watch.
But they brought him back for the other stuff, right?
Yeah. Batman the Animated Series is on there, which is great. Batman Beyond is on that, and that's what I did with my time. I watched the Batman Beyond animated series, and then I watched the original from like 2001, 13 episodes before it got canceled long. Birds of Prey, which I loved it. And then I watched it back when I was in high school, and I still liked it.
So, it's Ezra Miller is back as, the Flash, whether you love him or hate him. Did y'all hear he recently choked a girl outside like a bar in Iceland or something like that?
Inky.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. He's kind of a weird dude in general.
Wait, who is this again?
Ezra Miller, the guy who's playing the Flash.
Oh, Singing Boy from No, wait, that's not Ezra Miller. Ezra Miller's the one who did Justice League, right?
Yeah, he did Justice League. He was also in I don't know if you watched The Crimes of Grindelwald or whatever from Did you watch Fantastic Beasts?
No.
Never seen those movies.
He was in that too. He was kind of a weird dude there too. He's just a weird dude. Just a weird dude in general. But the guys who directed it are directing this. Or rather, the guy who directed it is directing this. Okay. So, should be pretty interesting.
Wait, did the same guy do 1 and 2 after 1 and 2?
Yeah, he did 1 and 2.
Okay, all right. Medium.
Do we want to talk about Wonder Woman 1984? I'm not. I kind of feel like the movies are. It should have been out in June, so unfortunately, COVID kind of caused its problems. But I don't know if you'll watch the trailer for it, but it showed Kristen Wiig as Cheetah for the first time, like actually she's a cheetah, a real cheetah. I don't know how I feel about it because it looks. She's on the screen right now, so it's kind of interesting.
I loved Wonder Woman. I thought it was great. I think everybody really liked Wonder Woman. I think
Except
maybe
for Michael. Michael hated it.
That's a bummer. I thought it was really good. The idea of the whole 1984 thing. Look, that's sort of my thing, the retro stuff, and then so I think it looks awesome. I think Cheetah Girl's an awesome character. I'm cool with it. I'm excited to see it.
Well, Cheetah Girl is with Wonder Woman's most mortal enemy.
Yeah, but I also like the fact that that's not a normal character. That's not a normal villain. That you think of when you think of these big comic movies. So to see these characters, get these major, adaptations, I love it. We talk about the new video game, the Arkham video game. I'm gonna buy it just on the fact that there are two characters that nobody talks about. That's gonna be in those games.
What? Red Hood?
No, everybody talks about Red Hood.
Wait, who?
King Shark and Captain Boomerang, man.
Oh,
that's not the new Arkham game.
It's not going to be on Arkham.
The Suicide Squad.
You're talking about the Suicide Squad game.
I'm sorry, Suicide Squad game. That's my bad.
Yeah, Captain Boomerang. He's got they got what's his face? Bloodsport. Yeah, Savant, which is I was really surprised by Savant.
Okay, hold on.
Sorry, wait.
You're talking about the movie. Jim is talking about the game.
Oh, my bad.
They're two different things. I am now talking about the movie.
Okay.
So, James Gunn released his first footage of his version of Suicide Squad. This is not gonna be, as far as I know, tied to the. Okay, this is where it gets a little confusing. It is. I don't know if it could be considered a direct sequel to Suicide Squad. It does bring forward a few characters from that iteration. You have Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. You have Courtney, I want to say Jai is his name.
Jai. As
Captain Boomerang. And then they said, fuck it, we're just going to bring a whole bunch of other people in this. You got Idris Elba as Bloodsport. Michael Rooker as Savant. Polka Dot Man. Who I've never heard. There's characters in this I've never heard of. Ratcatcher, King Shark I've heard of before, of course.
So some of these guys, just for a little bit of background, they literally had one or two appearances in comics, and that's about it.
So John Cena is going to be Peacemaker.
Yeah, think of Captain America, but
as a douche.
Yeah,
that's a great way to put it.
That's a perfect.
They literally, that's how they described him in the video. They're like, he's a douchey Captain America.
Yeah, he won't give a shit. He'll let's say it's between me and you, and you're the better person than me between us two, but you are currently threatening peace or whatever. He's just gonna fucking kill you.
Yeah, you've got Peter Capaldi as Thinker. Shout out to Dr.
I know you love that.
Yeah. Pete Davidson.
I love it, dude.
Pete Davidson as Blackguard.
I love it. I love Pete Davidson.
Nathan Fillion, personal favorite of mine, is going to be playing TDK.
So good.
Yeah, and he doesn't look like a complete, he got really fat. Now he's kind of looks like he slimmed down and actually looks like he's in shape again.
I mean,
which is good.
Depends on the role he's playing, right? Weasel, played by Sean Gunn, who played Rocket Raccoon's motion capture in Guardians of the Galaxy. Mongol is the last person on this list. It just looks kind of like insanity. All right,
I love it. This is the kind of the weird shit that I love.
This is the kind of thing that Suicide Squad is known for.
Yeah,
and this is the best version that could possibly be.
Yes, agreed.
There's some very blurry concept art on the screen. The one thing I do appreciate about Harley's new outfit, it very much evokes like the original animated series.
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm interested to see this. This is James Gunn's first movie since he was fired from Disney and then rehired by Disney because they realized how much they fucked up. Apparently.
Well, something happened a million years ago that really defines who he is.
I mean, it is what it is. He's going to be doing Guardians 3. I will tell you, James Gunn, you fucked up Guardians 2 really badly. So
yeah, I didn't love it.
I am not optimistic right now, but we'll see what happens.
I didn't love it, and like
Guardians
Kurt Russell,
2, Daddy Issues.
Kurt Russell is legitimately my favorite actor of all time.
How the fuck do you fuck up Kurt Russell?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Exactly.
How do you fuck up Kurt Russell?
Even when he's a
Guardians.
Go ahead.
2. I said by watching Guardians 2, that's how you fuck it up.
Even when he's being a fucking piece of shit, like in Death Proof, like he's still great.
Oh, my bad. I could have just shown the footage from this entire time. Blah blah blah. Yeah, so let me show the footage for Suicide Squad, and we'll show you how fucking bizarre it is.
Let's briefly talk about the game while we're at it.
Oh man, I just put up this footage for the film.
Sorry. Okay, so the film. Let's talk about it. What the Polka Dot Man? I think a lot of these guys. I feel like this is going to be one of those suicide missions where like a good chunk of the people will die. So
well, he did say like don't get attached to one particular character because that's not the director said that.
Right. Well, and to be fair, this is Suicide Squad. At least one person will die right away.
Yeah,
I mean, at least one.
I
person
hope
will
it's
die.
Cena. I hope it's Cena, and I hope he's like just all heroic and macho, and he just gets taken out immediately.
Well, we know it won't be Harley Quinn. So let's put it this way: we have some that probably have plot armor, right? We've got Harley Quinn for sure. Probably won't die.
Captain Boomerang.
No, that's a money printer. For DC right now.
I'm gonna say Polka Dot Man has a couple of scenes and then he dies.
No, okay. So let me ask you a question: are we gonna start taking pools?
I mean,
let's do a Rachel Media pool. Who's gonna die first?
I don't think he would do Michael Rooker bad. Idris Elba, he wouldn't do bad.
No, it's gonna be one of these unknowns, like fucking Weasel.
Yeah,
right?
Was that
the asshole that steps on a landmine?
Was that who?
That real quick, somebody came on the screen that looked like this German YouTuber named Falula.
It is Falula. It is.
I am so happy.
Are you? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's a character in DC. Falula.
No. Falula is the German YouTuber who I think that was the actor.
Yeah, no, sorry. The actor is Falula, but I can't remember who he's playing.
It was right before this. This.
Okay.
I know.
I'm at Weasel now, so
it's that. Yeah, that was him.
Yeah, the Weasel.
He comes on the screen real quick.
All right.
So he's very funny. He's on a couple of Smosh videos.
Oh, he's excellent.
He's very funny. Yep. This
I hope Pete Davidson like survives until the end of the movie. that poor kid just has.
I don't know anything about him.
Oh, he has the butt of every single joke on SNL.
But he's one of the main writers. Like he's writing those jokes. It's him and Michael Che are pretty much both at the top. Some of the most memorable I disagree. Some of the most memorable SNL sketches are his.
I
think you're wrong, man.
I don't know.
I think he's brilliant.
I didn't say he wasn't bad. What I'm saying is that he gets shit on a lot.
Yeah, but that's his humor. If you watch any of his stand-up, it's all self-deprecating.
Well, was he
all
Jewish?
Of it. I mean, I'm sure he's got that. He's from Long Island. No, Staten Island. And so he hates himself.
All right, so now,
so
I have the Suicide Squad game on the screen for you, David.
Okay.
Yay! Now, I just want to point out from Rocksteady, Obviously creators of the Arkham games. This is already a vast departure from their original art style, which is very dark and brooding, very colorful and pop arty.
Is that a bad thing?
Well, I mean, yeah, this is Metropolis, right?
Yeah.
So this is definitely very like colorful, and they definitely adopted her look from the Suicide Squad film for Harley. But I will say that if I have any guesses, they'll probably let you change costumes and stuff, just like they did in the original Arkham games.
There'll be a Game of the Year edition that'll come out, and yeah.
So with this game though, I love the fact that obviously you have King Shark, which is one of my favorite characters because I don't like his more sharky look, but you know I still enjoy his look, his character.
So it's funny though, we only got 4 people here versus the 10 to 12 that we have in the film. So do you think they cut down because they're like, we can only focus on 4 realistically?
Well, who says this is everybody?
I mean, this is true, but at the same time,
you got built-in missions where you go recruit people. There you go. Your fetch quests.
Oh man, I'd be pissed if there was fetch quests.
I mean, every game has the tutorial as a fetch quest.
I guess. So you got Deadshot flying around. There's a lot of interesting things happening here. It looks great. The voice acting's great.
Yeah,
definitely love the humor. Especially since they're like, who the fuck are we supposed to be assassinating?
Man, Suicide Squad is such a great property, and it got shit on for so long, and I feel like finally with the Harley Quinn movie that came out, it started getting taken seriously. Because I know nobody liked the other one. I loved it, and I know that we've talked about that at length. We've talked about that at length millions of times. We don't need to go into it, but I loved it. I know you hated it. I'm pretty sure David hated it. So, you know, I'm stoked that it's still around.
On it. David was wishy-washy on it. I could watch the whole thing without, puking. But there was definitely parts of it that I didn't particularly
just from
care
a technical perspective, I had problems with
and that's because I don't know the technical perspectives for that because you have somewhat of a you've looked into these sorts of things. I never have, so I don't see it with your eyes.
Right. Yeah. So I have a problem. Okay, so I got a question for you, Jeff, or not Jeff, Jim. So you're very much aware of DC property. You know who King Shark is because you said this is one of your favorite characters.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my thing. On Batman Assault on Arkham, they drew King Shark as more of a man with modifications.
Sure.
And in the DC lore, if you read his bio, that's exactly how you would expect him to look. Like a human with more with human looks with a little bit of, I guess you could say, modified shark looks because of his disease. In these 2 iterations of Suicide Squad, they go to like a full-on kind of white shark looking character with a body. What are your thoughts on that look?
I don't mind it. To me, if you're trying to be outlandish, which to me is what Suicide Squad is, they're trying to be as out there and as anti Nolan versus DC as you possibly can get. Fuck yeah, of course, make him a fucking shark that is more shark than human versus what the other stuff is. The other stuff needed to exist just because it was the earnestness, which isn't a bad thing. It was just down and dirty, just like the kind of gross. Well, this could happen with modifications like this. No, now we're at the point where like it's with the Birds of Prey movie and stuff like that, where it's like we're trying to get as crazy as possible. Hell, make him a shark. Just make him an actual shark that's walking around on land. I love it. I'm cool with that.
Okay, so here's my thought.
I'm also not like I don't need things to stay the same at all times. Like I don't need things to be exactly how it was in the comic book or exactly how it was in the original version or stuff like that. I mean, that's those things exist, and if I want to go back to them, I can always go back to them. But
You're
I
not
love
wrong.
that these new things are still here, and I'm talking about movie properties, of course, and video games and stuff.
So here's my thought on it. Like, I do like the look. I think it's kind of cool. My only thing is, and here's where I kind of like, this is where you see DC kind of starting to split. And so the whole point to me, and this is really based around the whole Batman property. So Suicide Squad, in my opinion, is more Batman property than anything else belonging to DC. Even though a lot of these characters that are getting involved in Suicide Squad are actually going to be a hodgepodge of different unknown or lesser known characters throughout the entire DC universe. That would be Green Lantern properties, Superman properties, Wonder Woman properties, etc. So, to me, King Shark has always been firmly in Arkham, or not Arkham, sorry, but in the Batman universe, because that's where he is a lot of the times, is in Arkham Prison. So, the thing about that, though, is in Batman's world, they really give him a certain level of humanity in the sense where this is what humans are capable of if pushed to the brink, if properly motivated. That's why Batman is my personal favorite comic book hero of all time, because he really is just a human being who, under the worst possible circumstances, has sacrificed everything possible to become what he is. And so, because it's based in a certain level of reality, you see these characters to rise up to combat the Batman, like the Joker. This is a person who is still human, who could still be killed very easily, mind you, but has, risen to a level where he can't be killed because he is more of an ideal than he is a man anymore. But the thing with the King, what I'm going to in a very long roundabout way, apparently, is like, for me, King Shark, like I see him more as a man with a mutation, with an unfortunate birth defect that forced him to become a person that he is now, and he let himself become that with a certain level of psychosis. And then he became then he started eating humans or whatever they feed him to keep him at bay. So, the more human look that he is, I actually appreciate more than the almost like comic look that he has with a white shark head. That's just my personal view on it. I like the King Shark look, like the white shark face, upper body, but to me, it kind of takes away from the beauty that was the original character, in my opinion.
So
I like it. Yep, I got you.
So the other game that's been long teased for a while is the game from Warner Brothers Montreal, who did Arkham Origins. They're back doing another Batman game without Batman.
Right. So when you showed the trailer, I'd already watched it a few hours before that. And so first thing that I thought was when I started watching this trailer, sorry for the spoilers, obviously I'm talking a little faster than the actual trailer itself. But if you watch this, you see a lone man down an alleyway, which I'm just going to say it's going to be Crime Alley, because it's got to be Crime Alley. Everything happens in Crime Alley in the Batman universe. And there's a report about what happened. There was an explosion. So the first thing you think, obviously, is, hey, this is starting right after Arkham Knight. The mansion got blown up. All you saw was a teaser, and that was it. But then all of a sudden, you if you look at this character that you're about to see pop up in a second after Bruce Wayne speaks, Bruce Wayne looks significantly older. You see him with gray hairs. He's got wrinkles and damage. This character right here, he's got white in his hair, and you're all like, okay, hold on. These are characters I kind of recognize, but I'm not sure about this. But then you see right here with Oracle or Barbara Gordon, and they talk about how Gordon himself, the JCPD Gotham detective, the commissioner, is dead. So then you're like, okay, this is definitely not a continuation of that universe that we've grown to love with Arkham. This is something different. This is something much further into the future in the Batman universe. And then if you rewatch these things, you see Damian Wayne come in right here. You're starting to realize what's going on. So you have Damian Wayne. The first character you saw with Code Black, that was Jason Todd. So that's the Red Hood or Red Robin, whichever character you preferred him to be. You have Barbara Gordon, who's no longer paralyzed, who obviously got the surgery to fix her back. You have Nightwing, who's, I would say, the obviously the original Robin. I would say the better successor to Batman, to the Cowl. And so you have these four main characters that are part of the Batman family that have all been trained by Batman himself or Bruce Wayne, and they're going to take over the crime science, the crime of Gotham. They're going to start fighting back, which I was like, this is great, but this is definitely nothing like Arkham.
Yeah, so that's so. I don't know if you all happened. Did you get a chance to watch the gameplay video?
Yes.
So, let me actually pan to that real quick because I mean the trailer is the trailer. But the gameplay video definitely shows off a little bit more of the nuances, I guess you will. Let me see if I can just Google it real quick. One thing is the big thing is co-op, which is really cool.
Right.
The only thing, and so I get what you were saying about the level system. So here is my take on that. I don't. So this is gonna be kind of a weird segue. Wolfenstein Youngblood, when it was released,
not a weird segue at all.
It introduced a level system to their enemies. And basically it introduced kind of like an RPG feel to it.
Right.
I get it. I'm not really overjoyed that they've brought this into this kind of system, because basically it means that if you are a particular level, you're not going to be able to take on enemies as easily.
Right.
And I get why they did it this way.
Why?
Basically they want to allow you to kind of shape each character to your liking.
As an RPG fan, I'm super fucking stoked for this.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
So let's stop taking. I mean, we know you don't like to grind, Geoff. You don't like to actually put effort in your games. But here's the thing about this game series. These characters that you're about to see, they've been established in the universe at this point for a little while. I think a lot of this is my maybes. This is me just kind of spitballing here, mind you. So don't take this with any real grain of salt, because I cannot speak professionally on this game. But I want to say a lot of this is going to be at the start of Barbara Gordon coming back from her injury. So the level progression system makes sense to me. And the reason why I say that is because you got to remember, Barbara Gordon was sitting there in her wheelchair. Granted, she still, obviously did a lot of physical activity. She did a lot of crime fighting as the Oracle for Batman, giving him information. But actually being out there on street level, she hadn't done that in years after being hurt from the Joker in the Killing Joke story arc. And so with her surgery back, and she's obviously back in crime fighting shape, there's going to be a lot of rust. There's not going to be a lot of immediate, like, let's badassery like you expect with Batman. In the Arkham series games, Batman's already established as a good crime fighter, and he's doing very well. And as you get and beat and get more experience, you're able to do more missions better. I think this makes it easier for people to know, like, hey, this mission is going to be tougher. Let me go beat some, ground level people or do some side missions first. Because if you did the Arkham series game without cheating, you have to do those side missions. You have to do a lot of those extra things to get to the point where you're powerful enough to beat these other characters.
In any game with a leveling system is like that. It doesn't even have to be an RPG.
Right. And so the original Arkham games weren't necessarily RPG leveling systems, but it was so well meshed into it that they weren't so blatant like they are in this game. So I do appreciate the fact that it would be a little easier to know, hey, you know what, I should spend more time on these other things to get better gear. Because I tell you, when you're playing some of these games and you actually completed those side missions and you got way more powerful gear, it made some of those other levels easy, to the level where you expect a DC superhero to be able to perform. Like, when I think Batman, I think I'm going to take down a mob of people and like easy. And then when you play the game, you're like, this is not the case.
Yeah,
that mob is kicking my butt.
It then progresses the story a little more smoother, which for me that's king in a video game.
Right.
I know I'm saying that literally as I just defended grinding, but it has its place. But no, this looks awesome. The costumes look great. I'm super stoked for this.
I love her.
Hopefully, and I don't know if they've announced it. I didn't see this part. If it's coming to PlayStation 4, or if it's just going to be like 5 and the new Xbox. But
it looks like it's definitely going to be PC 5. I know they said 5 PC and the new Xbox Series X.
Huh.
It didn't say anything about
PC
4.
for me. Yay!
So, what do you think, Geoff? Outside of the leveling system,
I think besides that, it looks really good. Definitely,
it looks like an Arkham game.
I mean, the visuals are astounding, especially with Mr. Freeze.
Oh, I know.
So I mean,
gave me the chills.
Oh, Jesus!
Wow, you're fired.
No more puns from you today.
You're fired from life.
Like, I definitely think it's a really cool way of showing just like how devastating Mr. Freeze can be when he's really doing what he wants to do.
When he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger making puns.
Yeah.
Why do you think I said what I said?
So it just looks really good, visually speaking. I'm excited for it. I'll be curious to see what happens when it finally comes out.
Did you guys hear about the fact that the bosses will level with your character as well?
Oh, Alfred's voice annoys me, by the way.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, so if you don't do some of these missions, like, in a certain order, like, level 5 freeze will be completely different than level 15 freeze.
That's legit, like, that's the RPG trope. Like, if you do enough grinding, which is what I usually do, you just become OP and you can just breeze through bosses.
Right.
Oh, man.
They kind of stopped
That's
that.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. I'm glad they did that.
Not only that, though, but, like, it'll unlock certain moves for those bosses. So like you said, level 5 Mr. Freeze may be completely different in moveset than level 15. So he'll have like random additional mechanics added to the actual fight.
Right. And not only that, but this game looks a little very, very more like underlying more complex than any other Arkham game previously, because if you look at it, during this fight, Mr. Freeze has area effect. He also has things like special elemental damage. So if you see that, like you see him hit Batgirl with a blast, right? Batgirl has like a little negative effect on her with the cold symbol on it. Robin hits Mr. Freeze with one of his orbital guns, and all of a sudden Mr. Freeze loses a lot of damage because of the heat or the flame. Obviously, electricity doesn't do well for him either. So you're seeing these things like in red where there's more damage being done because of whatever is being equipped by Batgirl or whatever Robin's doing. So it looks like there's going to be elemental effects as well, which makes sense.
Oh yeah, it makes sense.
Because if you really pay attention to Batman, when he's fighting his enemies, he doesn't just use a standard batarang every time. He has different ones with certain explosions or auditory disablers or anything that gives him a little bit extra advantage. This is very much in line with the DC universe.
Oh, Davey, you do know this actually does have the Court Owls in it still.
Right. So here's my thing about that. It's in line with what looks like to be the timeline of this series. So the Court of Owls really kind of made an appearance that I'm aware of more with in line with Damian Wayne and Batman, that area of Batman's career when Damian is under Batman's tutelage, if you will. So being that Damian Wayne is one of the characters in this game, it makes sense that the Court of Owls would make an appearance. And it makes sense also because, you have to have a army or an enemy that can be able to realistically, I guess is a weird word to say, but believably attack all these the Bat family with multiple characters, with multiple powerful adversaries, and it'd still be believable. With the Court of Owls having their undead army or the immortal army, the Talons, it makes sense that they're able to do this.
For sure.
And it gives it a very easy leveling trope.
So there's a couple of other things I wanted to touch on just real quick. There's a few more announcements that were done. They're still coming through right now. Shazam 2 does have a title now. Sinbad is apparently supposed to be in it. Just to y'all are familiar with that, aren't you?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I love it.
Was it the Berenstein effect or something like that?
Berenstein. It has a name. I can't think of what it is.
Well, it'll be Shazam Fury of the Gods. So allegedly that will have Sinbad in it, so that'll be interesting. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been teasing his Black Adam introduction pretty much all day. But they kind of showed off his costume and everything like that, which is on the screen right now. So I guess they're going to start finally shooting that. It'll have a December 2021 release date, allegedly, but it hasn't even been shot yet. So with COVID happening, I don't think that's happening.
That's not going to happen.
Okay, so I want to get into the real meat here because this actually popped up like right before we started talking. They did finally release the first trailer for the Batman. This is the Matt Reeves Batman. And my goodness, I'm very happy with what I saw.
Yep. I need to watch it again and dissect it.
There's a lot happening.
Well, first of all, man, this WB and the DC, the color scheme, the black and red, like that, I loved that. Number one,
yeah.
Robert Pattinson's looks great as not only as Bruce Wayne, but also as Batman.
Jeffrey Wright as Commissioner Gordon, a solid fucking casting choice.
Yes,
there is a lot of people in this movie though. That's the interesting part. So you've got, if I'm not mistaken, Paul Dano is going to be the Penguin. No, I apologize.
Yeah.
I apologize for that. Colin Farrell is going to be the Penguin. Paul Dano will be the Riddler. Andy fucking Serkis is going to be Alfred.
I love that.
This is a very stacked cast. So it's like there's a lot that's going on in this. I think Zoe Kravitz is Selena Kyle in this as well. So there's a lot of different things. But like it's definitely a gritty Batman, but it's more of a noir.
But a lot of people, because I know a lot of people are gonna say this, like, oh man, they're going back to like the Nolan style. This is not the Nolan style.
No,
I'm not shitting on that.
This is actually going to be a lot closer to the original Batman Return style.
And that's my favorite Batman movie of all time.
I love this fucking Batmobile, dude.
Oh yeah,
his Batmobile looks great. Him beating the shit out of what I assume is the Joker gang from from Batman Beyond and Dark Knight Returns. Like, I love that shit.
Yeah. No, he just goes full ham. I was like, okay, all right.
I love that it's the Batman. That's killer. I know that we've known that for a while, but it's still awesome.
It's a good line. It's a good way to do it. Oh man. There's a lot to dissect in that. There really is. But I was gonna say this is more of like I said, Batman Returns and Batman. Who was the director again? He did that stupid Christmas movie. That's not a Christmas movie. It's a Halloween movie. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Are we talking about Tim Burton?
Thank you. This is more reminiscent to my brain stopped working.
That was hilarious.
I like how you're like, that's that Christmas movie. That's actually a Halloween movie, but it's not a Christmas movie.
I worked at Hot Topic. I'm definitely sick of that movie.
Listen, I don't think it actually has that at all. I think
it's very similar to it in terms of like dark feel.
I think
like
this
grit.
This evokes more Batman versus Superman grittiness to me.
Like the actual, like, you mean like the Dark Knight Returns series, or like
no, Batman versus Superman?
How?
It's very dark. It's very dark.
I mean, yes, it is, but
I'm talking about the visuals, because like the visuals to me of this entire thing are very dark and drab. Actually, this reminds me of the Joker cinematography more than anything else.
I see that.
But it definitely, like, it's supposed to be kind of a standalone film in which he's going back more to his detective origins.
What you're seeing more is more like year one Batman.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, it's definitely more year one, because obviously you see like a very unsophisticated Batmobile, which I'm not knocking it. Don't misunderstand me. I love the vehicle itself, but it's very, very basic in terms of what his other Batmobile are.
And I mean, like, to be honest, Robert Pattinson is a very young Bruce Wayne. Like, let's just be real here. Like, he definitely does not look like Batfleck.
Right, Batman.
So
the Bruce Wayne that Ben Affleck portrays is years in the making. He's got muscle on top of muscle. He's a brawler fighter, not really just he's not really into the theatrics as much as as this particular younger Bruce Wayne in this case. So
they actually paused production on this because of COVID. This was being done in London, but they're able to resume it again apparently. So we may actually get this next year, which will be very interesting. This may be the film that makes me go back to theaters again.
Oh, it's definitely going to be, for me, it's definitely going to be Daniel Craig.
James Bond, yeah.
That's
James
coming
Bond.
in November.
It's the same day that may or may not be the day of my nuptials.
Yeah.
So I may or may not be spending the morning doing something.
Wait, you said November.
Yeah, dude, November is
that's
your honeymoon.
Right. They moved it back.
Yeah.
God damn it.
That's your honeymoon.
Because you're like, it's the morning of my wedding. I'm like, what?
No, yeah. That's when they're releasing Bond, isn't it?
No, Bond is in November.
They pushed it back again?
No, it was always November. It was April, and they pushed it all the way to November.
Oh, the Kingsman. That's the one that's
coming out. The Kingsman is coming out the morning of your wedding.
Yeah, that's what I'm watching that day.
You're not watching it that day.
Why not?
Your wife will kill you.
No, she won't.
I went to Walmart and bought an action figure on the morning of my wedding, so
Dude, the morning of my wedding, me and my wife went to La Madeleine for breakfast. And then my wedding coordinator was like freaking out when she came. What was it? She like came to like see me before like the actual wedding, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're not supposed to see him." We're like, "We ate breakfast together." I mean, like,
Alyssa stayed in a hotel.
Did she?
Yeah, I'm not seeing Morgan for like right after the what do you call it, dinner.
The rehearsal dinner? You're not seeing her after that?
Yeah, I'm not seeing her after that.
That's what I did. Yeah, exactly that.
No, we did the rehearsal dinner. We stayed in the same bed that night.
Your marriage is doomed.
Oh,
Nah,
I think it's going pretty well so far.
That's what they say. Shit.
David, with all the years of experience of being married. Jim, how long have you been married now?
October will be 4 years.
Yeah, I'm a year into it already. Just wait, David. Just wait.
Have I been with my significant other longest though?
How many years?
I'm coming on 9 years now.
Listen, this December will be 12 years.
I was 10. It was 10 years for me, at least.
Okay. What year did you start dating her?
2010.
Okay, I was 2008. Okay.
No, you're not the longest in our group.
No, that belongs to Michael.
It's fucking high school.
I know.
Almost 14 years now.
I know.
Brain hurts thinking about that. Like that much time has passed?
Yeah. So, this is the last bit of, I guess this is the last bit of news that we got for the evening was this trailer for the Batman. All in all, very impressed with the event that they put on.
Can I add one thing? Sorry.
Sure.
So y'all were saying what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
Tell me if maybe I'm alone in this, but there was a couple of scenes. It almost looked like a slightly darker Gotham, like the TV show.
So what you're looking at, a lot of it is going to be Gotham. Wow.
Gotham.
It looks a lot like it's going to be in the Gotham docks in the Gotham Harbor, which is
maybe that's what I'm looking at.
Yeah,
and also Robert Pattinson kind of gives off that vibe.
Ronnie,
because he is younger. I don't know.
Yeah, but I sincerely hope it's not like that TV show because I did not like that TV show.
I liked it okay, but I didn't finish. Not enough to finish it. So
yeah,
yeah, about that. Yeah.
So, anyways, I mean that's pretty much all I got for DC. You guys want to talk about anything else?
DC cast? No. Next week we're shooting for retrospects. We're shooting to record on either Friday
or Sunday, right?
Or Sunday.
Yeah, we got Saturday is well booked. You will not.
Yes,
we're going to be radio silent on Saturday.
Yes, we will be. I will, unless I do something in the morning, which I don't think I am because I still need to finish the second part of Firewatch. Since I got interrupted with some stuff last time, so I still want to finish it. But yeah,
the other thing is we might be a little quiet during the week preceding that. Tuesday is roughly when we're supposed to get some storms. I don't know how bad. We got 2 tropical storms that are forming in the Gulf, so they're allegedly supposed to form into one superstorm. Because 2020
off the show Superstore.
Because 2020 is fucking garbage.
Here's my recommendation, just to keep everybody's sanity. Don't watch when it comes. It's fake news. It's fake news. Don't watch the news for the weather. SpaceCityWeather.com. If you live in Houston, it's the best weather website. Just follow that dude. You'll be all right.
Yeah,
but I can tell you, my dad, and I'm knocking on wood that it's right. But my dad works offshore. Like he is offshore a good chunk of the time. Uh-huh. He just came in. He just came in today, so he's home now. But he just from his 40 some odd years of doing this, he says it's gonna be bad, but it's not gonna be like a Harvey or anything like that. So just be prepared and hope for the best, but always prepare for the worst, especially.
Look. The only thing that I hope is that we get, a little bit of rain.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it'll be a lot of rain. But, just comes in for a couple days, sweeps out, everybody's safe.
Bring some cool weather.
Good times. Actually,
yes.
Have you stepped outside recently?
Not tonight. Not since I got home a little while ago.
It's actually not that bad out right now.
Okay.
Cooled down a little bit. The humidity isn't as bad, which I know is saying something for Houston. So, you guys got any games that you've been playing recently? Any fun stuff?
So I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I bought a PlayStation Vita, and been having some. No, I had talked about it. I definitely talked about it on Retrospects, but I bought a PlayStation Vita and did a little modifications, if I will say, and so I've been playing a couple games that I've never played before that are because Vita was definitely an RPG system. That's one of the probably many reasons why it failed. But it's a great little system, and the fact that I can play all the PSP games, PS1 games, and then I can of course RetroArch on it and play, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, stuff like that. I've been having a blast. I'm playing Ys, The Memories of Salcedo. Ys is a great little JRPG series that does not get enough attention, especially in this country. If you want a good place to start, Ys 8, The Lacrimosa of Donna, is available on the Nintendo Switch. I actually think it's on sale right now. It is the best JRPG in the last 5 years. Nice. So if that's your thing, I recommend.
I just got a little nugget here as well. You guys know that there's an HBO Max Batman series coming out too, right?
No,
I didn't know that.
So it's going to be a prequel set in year 1.
Okay, so Batman year 1.
The Batman movie will be set in year 2. So this show will be a prequel to the movie.
Let me get my my year 0 graphic novel out right now. Oh no, I'm sorry, year 1. So I wonder. So I need to read up on this. I haven't read it in a long time. So hey, if it's anything like the Frank Miller comic, it's one of the better Batman stories. So I'll take it.
It's supposed to be the movie itself. The Batman is supposed to be an original story. It's not supposed to be based off anything previously done. So we'll see.
I mean, I think that's all right. That's fine with me. But hey, if they do an HBO series that's based off of Batman Year 1, which is not a big graphic novel. I mean, if it's got the pages number, it's literally it's maybe a little bit longer than The Killing Joke. It's not that long. 96 pages. So yeah, definitely an afternoon read. I definitely recommend it. I'm sure if you have means to get that.
Wait,
I would
did
definitely
that just say Static Shock is returning to DC Comics?
Yep, 2021.
Nice. Love Static Shock.
They're also supposed to be having a guy named John Ridley, who I don't know who that is, who's going to be running a Batman of color. Cool. That'll be interesting.
I like it.
Ridley's limited Batman series will focus on the family of Lucius Fox.
Oh, that's super cool.
So I remember this. Yeah, so for those who don't know, there was a continuity or like an alternate universe where Lucius Fox's son becomes the next Batman. Because Bruce Wayne, I think it had something to do with after Bruce Wayne dies, right before the Batman family started.
Yeah.
So Lucius Fox's son was supposed to be in the I think he was like Special Forces. I can't remember which one, but definitely one of the elite military ops. And so he retired from the military. He had nothing better to do. He started seeing all this violence around him, so he took up a version of the cowl. So that could be really interesting. I would be excited to read that.
Yeah. Well, I think we're at a pretty good stopping point, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you all for joining us for Rant on 44. Hopefully we'll be back in more elaborate company later on, but I think we did pretty good for tonight. Just 3 of us.
Stripped down.
Yeah.
Cool.
The trio.
The smooth jazz of DC podcasts.
It's definitely been interesting. All right, guys. joining me tonight, Mr. Jim Keel, Mr. David Feldman, I myself, Geoff Stevens. Y'all have a great night. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Stop the recording. Clap sync.